Hi there, this is Dr. Melanie McNally with Destination U, which is 100% online support for teens and young adults. Today I am going to talk about NATs, negative automatic thoughts. So just like those pesky little bugs that float around your head in the summertime, negative automatic thoughts are those pesky little thoughts that float around in our brains. The difference is a lot of times they happen without us being aware of them, and they impact the way that we think, feel, and behave without us necessarily knowing why. So, with negative automatic thoughts, everyone experiences them. The average person thinks anywhere between 2,300 and 3,500 thoughts in an hour. If you tend to be a little bit more pessimistic, there's a chance that you would experience more gnats than somebody who tends to be a little more optimistic and positive. But regardless, we all experience them. It's just that the frequency of them is going to be different depending, if you tend to be a little more negative or a little more positive. But we all experience them, and when we are not aware of them, they will impact how we think, feel, and behave. Like we might be more irritable, we might snap at people, and we may not even know why. And a lot of times it's because of these gnats that are impacting us. So it's really important to build self-awareness so that we can do something about them. So the first thing is we have to identify them. This is how we build self-awareness. One way to identify them is to keep a log. So write down the negative automatic thoughts as soon as you notice them. You could have a note open in your phone, and you're just kind of, whenever one pops up, you're just writing it in your note. Or if you're not able to write it down, then you would just say to yourself, there's that annoying gnat again. So as soon as you catch one, you would just point it out. The idea is when we identify these negative automatic thoughts, it takes away some of the power, because now they're not these things that are impacting us without our awareness. They don't have as much power because now we can start to do something about them. What we can do is dispute them. So we find the evidence that shows they're not really that accurate. So here's an example. The gnat is, I'm bad at math because I failed my test. If I wanted to dispute that, I could say, well, I've never failed a math test before, so that's not really true. So we're looking for any evidence that shows that the gnat is not that accurate. Another thing we can do is reframe the negative automatic thought. Reframing is when we think about things in a different way. So here's an example gnat. I can't believe I have to go to soccer today when I'm so busy. If I were to reframe that, I could think something like, practicing soccer makes me better, plus it's really good for my body and brain. I get to move my body today, which will be a welcome break from all the other stuff I have to do. So this simple reframe of turning a have to into a get to is really easy to do. This is kind of my go-to reframing. Whenever I catch myself saying I have to do something, I find a way to turn it into a get to, and it makes a really big difference in how I feel about the event. But you can reframe in lots of different ways. You don't have to just use have to or get to. It's just thinking about the situation in a different way. Sometimes it can be really helpful to talk to a trusted friend or a trusted adult about helping you find a different way to think about things, because other people oftentimes can see things a little bit differently than we can, and that can be really helpful for reframing. We also can find a different interpretation of the negative automatic thought. Since gnats are negative, we want to look for a more neutral interpretation. So we're not looking for something super, super positive. We're just looking for something that's more neutral or a little more realistic. So here's the example. My friends seem like they're annoyed with me. The new interpretation could be, they're probably busy thinking of their own problems. The reason we don't want to find something that's like overly positive, so for example, with the same thing, I wouldn't want to say, oh, my friends never get annoyed with me. They love me so much. Because if I don't genuinely believe that, first of all, thinking that new interpretation is not going to help me at all. But now on top of that, I'm going to feel like crap because I can't get myself to believe this positive thing. So we're just looking for something that's more neutral or a little bit more realistic. And finally, here's an exercise that you can do before an event where you are having a lot of gnats. So let's say you have to give a presentation in class and you're sitting at lunch and you catch yourself and you're thinking, I'm going to forget my words. I'm going to make a fool of myself. People are going to laugh at me. I'm going to get a bad grade. Write down every single negative automatic thought that you can, and then tear it up and throw it away. Research has shown that when people do this, they let go of their negative automatic thoughts much more quickly than people who don't. If you find that you are just experiencing a lot of really general gnats, maybe it's not about a specific event, do the same exercise. Maybe you're getting ready to go to bed and you catch yourself just thinking all kinds of negative automatic thoughts. Write them all down. And when you write them down, just set a timer for, 2 or 3 minutes, get them all out, and then tear it up and throw it away. So it can work for specific events or for more general kinds of events or just general life experience. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. If you want more information, you can always go to destinationu.net. There you can enroll for a private online community, virtual group, or one-on-one video sessions with just me. You can always email us at connect@destinationu.net as well. All right, take care and I'll see you next time.